Hey, well,
Hey, Rick, how
hey,
you doing?
Peter, lost you.
Oh, wait a minute.
Lost your picture there. There you are.
Yep,
Hey, how's it going?
doing great, thanks. How are you doing?
Oh, can't complain. Tom will be right back. He's went to get something. He's coming back to
Good
his
to see a
computer.
man about a horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Pete, how you doing?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm good.
Yeah, I brought up the question today. I got a Facebook reminder that it was Jay Murata's birthday. Who the hell is Jay Murata? Is that John?
I don't know. I guess it was probably John, but
Be John Murata. Yeah.
I don't know.
I never heard him called Jay.
No, I haven't either.
Did it have a picture?
Yeah, it might have been him, but as you click on his Facebook page, it looks. I remember John when he had black hair, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I remember you I remember myself when I had black hair or dark hair.
Yeah.
I remember when I had hair.
Having hair. Right.
And a lot
Well,
of
Peter,
fish.
when did you come play at the Mustache? I mean, in New Orleans. What year did you start playing?
Me?
Yeah.
72.
72. Do you remember? I don't know if you would remember. I'm waiting to see if David Krippner comes in. He'll remember. But do you remember a guy that came down? I believe he came down from Boston, and he was a friend of Joel's. And either Fred or Roger or somebody asked me to put him up, and I did. In fact, I think he stayed with me for several years. What's his name? Is Russ Brody. Did you remember him?
No.
No. Well, this is what he looks like. If you can see that, is the white shirt.
No.
Don't recognize him?
Was he a musician or a waiter?
No, he was just a friend of Joel's.
Oh.
And that's what I was waiting on David, because either David or Fred Hendricks or Roger, one of them asked me to put him up. So I just live right now. I just live in the 800 block of Bourbon, right down the street from the club. And because that was easy for him to get to. And I said, yeah, well, come on, we'll put him up. And we did, and I think he stayed with me for another year or two also. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure he did. I was just wondering, I had been trying to remember what this guy's name was forever. And I was looking through some old pictures from Mardi Gras and stuff like that from the Mustache. And there's the damn picture of him with his name on the back. I was going to see if Dave remembered it.
So, Rick, did you go to Loyola or Tulane?
Tulane.
Sorry.
The University of Louisiana.
Oh.
No, I went to Tulane. Yeah. In fact, year after I left there, or was I still there? It's when we beat LSU. I'll never forget that. That was fun.
Tulane
Football.
LSU, huh? That's
Yeah, that was about the last time. That was 72, maybe something like that. I can't remember exactly. They still played at, I believe, at Tulane Stadium. I can't. He was been in Tulane Stadium. But anyway, yeah. Well, had my second COVID shot yesterday.
Good.
So we're all.
I get my second
up.
one next Thursday.
Yeah, it's no different. A little bit sore in the shoulder, just a little bit, but I was for the last one too, so no big deal.
So did you have Moderna or
Moderna?
Me too.
Yeah.
Now the Johnson & Johnson sounds pretty good.
It doesn't protect as percentage-wise as well, but one shot and it's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
Seems like it's pretty encouraging.
Yeah, and then there's probably more coming, so this should be good.
Yeah. Still got the Pfizer and then Moderna now, and they got a third one coming up. So, and people are getting bit by bit getting vaccinated, but we didn't have. They talk about people going. I guess it's in the bigger city areas. Like we didn't have to wait at all. We had it done at the local hospital. We walked in and walked back to the room. They said, "Come on in." We were there maybe 5 minutes. Then we had to sit down for our 15-minute wait. After it's up the shot. That's all.
Yeah, we had no problem, but the place we went to, they were doing one every 15 minutes. So that's that's like 35, 36 in one period.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of people done.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be doing. We were a half an hour early or 20 minutes early. Boy, they said, "Come on in." It was no problem at all. Just
We were kind of the same way. But there's a lot of people in Washington who just can't get the appointment.
I know. That's what
line and they have a problem.
I know. It's just
we
just lucked out.
As much as I think Florida's governor is a crazy man, he was pretty good about these vaccines. He just said,
absolutely,
like, let's just have everybody come and Boom.
Get them. Yeah. You had drive-through, right, Pete?
Yes,
Drive-through. Okay.
super.
It worked pretty good. I know, no problems.
And they
no
had
delays.
like 4 or 5 lanes of people that just do it on the, roll your window down and you didn't even get out of your car.
Did you have to go park another area and wait for 15 minutes before you left?
Yeah,
or supposedly?
yeah, it was the bottom entrance of the parking garage.
Oh, okay.
You drive in, you drive out, and there's a on-ground parking lot.
Yeah.
I said, wait 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, the guy comes, okay, you can go in. How you feel? I feel fine. Okay, bye.
You hadn't had any symptoms or anything
No.
like sore. Just I was a little bit sore in it, but that's it. My wife's same thing, just like the first one,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hey, so did
Yeah.
Billy say last week that it was his 50th anniversary?
Who?
Billy Blank, his wedding anniversary.
Yes, it was. There was a pic. That's what that picture was.
Right.
Hey, Mike.
He said
Wait a minute,
50th.
50?
Because I sent him some flowers and it was his 49th. And I said, well, Billy, you
49. It would have been 49. Right.
Yeah.
There's Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, y'all, how you doing?
Good. How
We're
are you?
here.
Okay,
Tom,
Not bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We have Jeff.
you're listed twice
Snake.
on the screen.
Yeah. Hey,
All right.
Snake, how did the
Test go.
CAT scan go?
well, I had my scan, but I haven't got the results yet.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Snake,
And Jeff's
Yeah,
here.
how you doing?
Good,
how
Jeff?
am I doing? How am I doing?
Oh,
You're
that-
You really
alive.
wanna,
that's
you
not a
really
question
wanna
you're supposed to
know?
ask. Yeah.
I'm
How are you?
doing, I'm doing wonderfully.
You look great from the nose up.
There you
You
go.
you should see me from the ass down. From
I
the
already
nose.
have. I don't
Oh,
want
boy.
to.
I think I've lost video. Wait a minute.
See that? There's my aide. She takes care of me.
Oh my gosh, she must be a saint.
She is. She's also big enough to break my arms. Now, Snake,
Two player
how
can't
do
have
you feel? Forget the doctors. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
That's me too.
I finally got an appointment for my shot on Monday.
Oh, good. The first one?
Really?
I just got my second one today.
good.
We get our second one next week.
We got our second ones yesterday. Yeah. No.
Look at us. Look at us old crocs. We're
Well, how was
getting
your
the second
procedure?
injections.
How was your shot? Yeah.
Snake, the
Yeah.
important thing is to stay positive. I'm a veteran. You know, I'm a veteran. The only thing I got more toes than heart attacks, but it's coming close. I mean, I've got 10 toes. I've had 5 heart attacks and a stroke. And people say I look wonderful. Most of my friends are visually impaired. Look at this. Oh, wait. Hey, guys, Mike, I got the oxygen too. Isn't that exciting?
How about that?
Yeah, those things you stick in your nose. Snake,
Yeah.
they drive me nuts.
I don't like it, but I got
Those-
to breathe.
The 2 little things in the nose, I never figured anything that small could create such a pain.
I've been doing it long enough now. I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Really?
Worst thing is just carrying a concentrator or a small tank around me with me when I go out. Other than that, it's not a big deal anymore.
Well, that's
Shit,
good.
I don't go out. I just sit here. And
Yeah,
have my
I've done
tank.
on that thing about once a
I've
day.
got a tank somewhere.
But yeah, you get used to it after a while, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, you know something? Look at us. We're all close to 100 years old.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is, if this is death, it's not half bad. The other thing, Snake,
Yep.
every medication they offer you take. And when they say, how do you feel? You say awful, awful, even if you feel good. How do you feel? Awful, I need some more, blah, blah, blah.
Need some happy juice.
There's gonna be none of this shit. He died after a brave struggle with 8 years. Not a chance. Not a chance. He died with a smile on his face, a corned beef sandwich in his mouth, full of morphine. Just
Full of piss and vinegar.
that, not bad.
Did, as far as Jeff, Mike and Snake, did any of y'all work in Boston Club?
I was
Yeah.
there for a couple of weeks in 1970, but that was it.
No,
Yeah, do you,
I worked up there when Joel fired. God, I can't remember his name. The guy who played lead banjo, Carl Lunsford,
what year was,
in the 60s,
oh, in the
late
60s.
60s.
Back in Mardi Gras, in New Orleans, I know in 71, maybe or year after that, maybe the year after that too, but it was 71. A friend of Joel's from Boston came down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and either Roger or Fred Hendricks or David Krippner asked me to put the guy up, and I did. And in fact, he stayed for several more years with me. You remember a guy? This is him, a guy named Russ Brody. Can you see that guy in the white shirt? Can you
Yeah,
see
he
on
was
the-
the cook in
Yeah.
New York.
He what?
He was the cook in New York.
The guy with the white shirt?
Yeah,
Really? He was a cook at the New York Club for a while.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he came down to New Orleans and they said he was a friend of Joel's and asked me to put him up. So I'll be damned. I didn't know he actually worked in the New York or Boston Club. I thought he was from Boston, but I wasn't real sure. You know,
Look at this.
what if he's still alive? That's what else are you talking about 50 years
Hey,
later?
you guys aware that today was John Morata's birthday?
No. No, he died.
Okay.
What?
It says Jay Murata. Is
Hey, Morata,
John,
John
Yeah.
Morata, both same thing.
Now
is John
that's
known as Jay?
Yeah,
It's the same guy.
club
Yeah.
in
Same
New
guy.
York.
Was that Russ?
That's Russ. I took those shots.
Yeah, so is that who Rick's talking about?
It
Yeah.
must be because, like I
No.
said,
Hey y'all,
because
how
Russ-
y'all doing?
he Barry.
Hey,
Hey,
Barry.
Barry.
it's Barry.
No, Russ.
What's up, y'all? Hey y'all.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey,
Snake. All right, Jeff is back. Go ahead, Jeff.
see, Jeff is back. That's because I'm not dead yet.
Oh,
And we're very happy about
Got
that.
his caretaker with him.
No, I usually on Friday afternoon, my hospice nurse has been coming during the phone call. So I usually give her preference. I mean, I love you guys, but unless you got a pocket full of morphine and a blood pressure cuff, screw you. Here. She asked me how I was eating. I said, I'm taking all my medications, each one with a jelly bean. That's why I measure it. I eat candy along with my medication.
Hmm.
So I'm still fat and happy.
That's good.
Sound like
That's-
Ronald Reagan.
Can't complain about that.
Hey, I read a great book. I can't remember the title of it. I can't remember what day it is. But it's a beautiful book on the end of life. Wait, I think that's the name. And it talks about us talking about death and taking control,
Hmm.
you know, of the end. Most of us have been around a long time. I've got underwear in the Library of Congress. Chris.
hey,
Hey.
say Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Mike
Mike
Hey,
Gentry.
How
Hey,
y'all
Mike.
doing?
The whole
Hi.
crew is here.
Hey,
Oh,
hey.
yeah.
Oh,
Look at-
Jeff,
look at
how you
this.
doing?
Hey, we got the oxygen trio. We're doing fine.
So
People-
Peter, you remember at the mustache, and when we're taking a break, you would always get on the mic and say, "Let's hear it for different cities." What's the town you always used to want to cheer for? Can you remember that?
Oh, geez, no. It'll come to me.
Someplace in
Probably.
upstate New York, in upstate
No.
New
East
York.
Babylon.
Skinny Atlas.
Babylon.
No, Bumfart,
Skinny Atlas.
Bumfart, Nebraska.
Maybe that might have been, but you always had these weird town names you want to have a big cheer for.
I think, Pete, I think it was Bumfart or Lake Compounds. Either of the two.
Hey, Tom.
I told you the famous story about that. We were playing, you know, when John Murata would set you up with a job on the road and you knew instinctively that you were in deep shit, that there was no hope. You know, you got
Oh.
suited up. My mustache was waxed. I think I may have even tuned my banjo. And
What year was that?
we were playing the Association of Car Dealers in Michigan. And it was the wives, husbands of the dealers. And I looked at the crowd, we went up the stage. I said, we're in deep shit. We're in trouble because there's no way. Half of them were polluted, were reeling drunk. And the other half was sleeping, I think, or they just shipped them in, they were dead. And I looked at it and I said, we're in trouble, guys. But don't worry, because I know what to do. Now, I think the singer that time was Gail Dorflinger. Gail Dorflinger, I think. Beautiful. Hey, Gib.
Again,
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
And we had, do you remember the number? Mention my name in Sheboygan.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
And you'd send the singer out on the floor with the mic. And she'd go up to some guy and she'd say, and where are you from? And he'd go, and you get something, you know, possum breath, Iowa. So she'd turn around and look at me and go, possum breath. And we'd count it off, mention my name in possum breath. It's the greatest. We did that. This is got to be the world's second worst number, but it got people involved. And I looked at this crowd and I said, we can get their attention. And Gail knew it. And we start to vamp. And we do one chorus. I remember, I think you taught it to me, Gim. Pardon me, mister, but my name is bum, 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 da, 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 right?
Seems familiar.
That's the verse.
did
to
that.
mention my name
We
in
did
Sheboygan.
that. We did that. And Gail takes the microphone and goes out in the audience. And Gail had gaydar, but it was for people who were challenged emotionally. She could pick up a firecracker. And Gail goes and picks out this guy, a cigar, ashes all over himself, empty. And I say, I think Herb may have been on that gig. And I turned to the trombone player and I said, Christ, don't go over there. Don't ask this guy. You know, ask his wife or something, and you'll get a name. She goes right up to this guy and she goes, and where are you from? And he smiles, takes his cigar out and says, bum fart. She doesn't stop to think. She turns around and says, he's from Bumfart. And the band, we look at each other and we tried. Mention my name in Bumfart. We got that far. And the entire band dissolved in laughter. We couldn't get it together. I tried. I never did that again.
I know that was Banu's big routine when I was.
yeah, she did that a lot.
Yeah, but Banu would pick out live ones. Banu
Yeah.
was really smart.
Jeff,
More,
you're still there?
more really attractive and had a nice voice and was about as smart as a cantaloupe. I mean,
Smart as a cantaloupe.
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
like she was the cantaloupe family. The thing was, she was the one who fell off the stage. And I, being a very sympathetic and understanding guy, said, of course, with the microphone close, get off your ass and dance like the rest of us. What are you going to say when the dancer slips and falls off? The whole crowd goes, "Oh, mm." And I figure, well, hell, we're in. I just said, get off your ass, get up and dance. Poor Gail, she was,
So Jeff, is your nurse still there?
yeah,
Show her this.
who's that? Oh, okay,
Oh,
that's me.
That's you, yeah, I can.
The one with the long hair?
This one right here, yep.
That's right, that's me going,
He showed
I'm
the
looking at
nurse's
the-
picture of
I'm
his-
looking at the guy and going, what the hell do
he
you
was
think you're
showing
playing?
His nurses in the room.
You know who that is? That's Warren Vache. That's up at,
That's
the
right. That's
fame-
that's Warren for sure. Yeah, you're right.
yep,
Oh,
that was up
He
at the
must be. He
famous.
must be 17 years old.
He was, Gim, he
Yeah, he
was
looked 20.
17. He was shy of 18. It was
Oh, yeah.
illegal for him to play in the saloon. And I'm talking to, I forget who's that. You see the tuba player?
Yeah. That's
This
Barbara
young
Drywitz.
girl? The
That's
girl,
Barbara. That's Barbara Drywitz.
oh my God. There's two people in the face of the earth who know Margaret, Gim, you and me. How did I get her?
Looks like she's George Washington's daughter.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
George Washington's daughter.
Just decided.
How the hell did John find these musicians? Warren Vache, what a cornet player.
He's marvelous.
Unbelievable.
He's absolutely marvelous. Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't just good, he was extraordinary.
He was
He
in high
built-
school. He was in high school when he sat in for the first time with Red Balaban. After the Mustache, I worked with Balaban's jazz band, and he's and Pulitzer brought him in one night, and he said, "Wait till you hear this kid." And he was just about as good as Pulitzer was. But
I couldn't believe it.
even when he was in high school.
I couldn't believe it because I'm there. You can see the look on my face, absolute incredulity, because the kid standing in front of me who was 17 brought a cornet.
Yeah.
This is your father's mustache, sing along. Oh, and I see the resonator, Kim, on the banjo. That's carved ivory binding. That was my Vega Deluxe. My Vega Deluxe. I always had great instruments. It was a shame I couldn't play. No, I wasn't nearly as good as my instruments. But the idea is if you can't play well, look good.
Absolutely.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but I got to get rid of all of my, I got to get rid of my instruments.
Really?
I've got 11 or 12. I mean, both my boys play. I'm just going to leave them to them. But I'm telling you, this dying has given me a clarity. It's unbelievable. I'm on the web. Gim, I'm in cardiac failure. I'm dying. It's only a matter of how long.
We're all
It's-
dying. It's only a matter of how long.
That's
I mean,
it. Is there anyone I'm looking at who's planning on not dying? Raise your hand. Okay, that's
Regenerate.
tuba player. They had problems. Anyway, where was I?
I resemble that remark.
Exactly. Yeah.
It-
Yeah.
You know, there's a certain clarity. Anyway, what happened? I was online, and I always look at antique banjos. You know,
Sure.
I'll buy and sell anything. I found the oldest Vega tubaphone, style 9, style X, number 9,
Yeah.
the highest grade for $800. It needed work, but it was all there. And when I got it, the serial number is, I think, 32,000 or 31,000. That means it's somewhere around 1922. Had no resonator, an extended fingerboard. I got it for nothing. I've got a bunch of instruments like that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll leave them to the boys and make them happy. That's what I'll do.
And what they'll do is put them on eBay when you're gone.
No, we have 2 stores. I have 2 friends who own stores. One is Elderly Instruments.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great place.
When Joel dumped his remaining assortment of banjos, he found some guy to sell them for him. I'm trying to. Do you remember who that was?
That was Buddy Walker.
Oh, Buddy Walker?
Buddy
Was it
has
really?
it.
Yeah. Buddy is a famous
Oh,
player.
So
Buddy's
Jamie,
probably the best banjo player in the world. Probably.
One of them.
Jamie Bryce deals in them too.
Well, I have sold. I've done a lot of work with Elderly Instruments. I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, Snake, you look worried. Do you have plans for your banjos?
I've got 5, but
Unfortunately, the banjos aren't worth near what you think they are anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
They're worth less than 10 years ago, for instance.
I know. I bought this, for those of you who don't know, the Series X number 9 Vega tubaphones with the highest. They were the ones that became the deluxe, but it was before the deluxe. And they used to be $7,000-8,000. And I got this one for, I think, $1,100.
Yeah.
In the original coffin case. Very poetic. I bought a banjo in a coffin case. And then I spent a couple of $100 getting it fixed up. Sounds beautiful. Well, in the 3 chords I play. And I know my friend Chris still plays, what the hell is that? The Recorder A?
Yeah, I got an Epiphone Recording A, and it's the same banjo I've had since the first day. It was a banjo that my father got from his brother because nobody in the family played it. Neither did my father. It was sitting under his bed. And when I got the job at the Mustache, I had to find a banjo. And he says, well, we have one. We have a family banjo. And that's been it. It's been the same banjo.
Wow.
And Gim, you've played the same Vega for about 100 years.
That's right. It's a deluxe. I played one of those. I have a tubaphone number 9 downstairs that I bought from Stu Ingersoll, if you remember him.
Jesus.
Oh, sure.
And the number 9 is a lovely instrument. I think it was really top of the line at the time.
No, it was. I have all the numbers. I have all the books. This was before 1924. They're not sure of the numbers because there was a fire. But mine was one of the earliest. And the workmanship is absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah. the scroll work is really terrific. Yeah, it really is.
And the carving on the heel is
Yeah,
much
it's nice.
deeper.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very, very artistically done. Very nicely done.
And do I hear a banjo? That's it. I'm
Here's
having,
a bunch of
this is the
notices.
sign to you.
Johnson's
Get the morphine.
vaccine just.
Now, I think it's my hearing aid feeding back. Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us. We're having a new group. The Depends
But
12.
you know what? Apparently the demand for those vintage banjos, like Mike said, the price has gone down. The demand just isn't there for them anymore, I guess.
No.
No, they'll be
I mean-
coming up. They'll be
Not
coming
even
up for next
10
Thursday.
years ago, 10 years ago, Mike Gentry and I were doing all these banjo shows and banjo rallies where they bought and sold those things. But as the years went by, there was a lot less trading or selling, and the prices were going down.
Well, you know what they're still holding on? In Great Britain. Because all their folk music there, they have tenor banjo players.
Oh, that's the
playing
Irish
reels.
crowd. The
Right.
Irish Celtic banjo, right? Yeah.
Playing single string. That used to drive Joel insane. If anyone played single string. I couldn't play it with 4 strings. I wasn't going to leave myself with only 1. Son of a bitch. Well, anyway, guys, I got to leave you. Not that way.
Good seeing you, Jeff.
Take care, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff,
Yeah, take care.
God
See
willing,
you next week, man.
God
Take care,
willing.
Jeff.
Take care.
Take care, Jeff.
Later, man.
Bye-bye.
You will.
But Rick was looking for Russell because Russell stayed with him in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. Is Russell still alive? Does anybody know?
This
Russ
is,
the cook, Russ
Yeah.
Adams.
Yeah.
No, he's dead.
Yeah.
That's Russ, right?
then the white shirt on this picture
Yeah.
I'm holding. Russ Brody is his name.
Oh, Russ Brody. Sure. I
Yeah.
remember
Oh, you remember him?
very well.
Where did he live, in Boston or where?
He lived about halfway between Boston and the Cape.
He'd come down from Mardi Gras, and the first time he came down, I was there, and it was either Fred Hendricks or Roger asked me if I could put him up, because I just live in the 800 block of Bourbon Street, just right down the road, and right down the street, a few blocks. And so I put him up, and really great guy. He stayed with me for several years off and on, different places.
Very nice fellow, right?
But he didn't work at the club, or he was the
He,
was he a cook?
no, he was just kind of he made his living with operating or owning, I guess, and operating vending machines. And so he, in Boston, he would come around, probably a half an hour before closing, and hang out. And then we'd all go for Chinese food. He knew everybody in Boston.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
nice guy. They told me he was a friend of Joel's, and could I put him up? I said, sure. You know.
Gim, we lost your video, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get it back.
Switch the on off, left switch into the on position.
Hey, Mike
Yeah.
Gentry. Ray
Yes.
Lee said to tell you howdy.
Howdy. Tell Ray hi.
Huh?
Snake, how you doing, man?
Ooh,
Snake,
But,
how you doing?
well, I had the test, I had the scan yesterday, but I haven't got the results yet.
Haven't got, okay,
But I got the scan,
all right.
and they did it without contrast, which is probably a good thing. And
When you get the results?
she said about 72 hours, so I don't know, probably Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
All right, great.
Let's hope I don't need any more of that. Can.
Let us know what's going on, man.
I will.
Yeah. Good luck.
I spoke to Dick Pearl the other day.
Really?
I gave his email address to Tom.
I sent it.
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe the time difference. I don't know, what is it, 7 in the morning there? He's in Vietnam. That's where he lives now.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Okinawa. But then he moved to, I think, Malaysia.
There you go.
Now he's in Vietnam.
Wow.
What's he doing there?
hi,
Hey,
Joan.
Joni.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony,
I Hi, Joe.
Yeah, we got it. We hear you.
Joe Giannaruto. There's Joe. There's Joe.
Joan, you're
We
muted.
can't hear you again. Unmute, Joan.
I'm going to send her a message.
Okay,
there we
now
go.
I'm okay now.
She's okay.
I'm relatively okay now.
Good to see you.
Joan, we miss you.
Yeah.
I had my second COVID shot yesterday, or
Good.
2 days ago.
How you feel?
And
Did you
it
get
just,
it in
it's really so
Sarasota?
easy, you know,
In
no,
Sarasota, Joe?
what was that?
In Sarasota, you got it? Or Clearwater?
My second COVID shot,
Yeah,
Where?
where did you
the
get it?
vaccine.
The arm, I know.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
easy.
Where did you get it? In Clearwater?
In Clearwater, the recreation center, and I had to
Okay.
tell you, they're really, really organized. They don't schedule people close together. Then once you get in there, you get an armband, and when you go from station to station, they double check to make sure you are who you are. And
Yeah.
it's, you know, very, very well done. We're still, I think, having problems getting product here in Florida,
Everywhere.
as everybody is.
Yeah.
But
I get my first one on Monday.
I felt like I'd won the lottery, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing, Snake?
Okay.
Good. That's good to know.
Hey, Mike Johnson,
Yeah,
any of that airplane fall by you?
no, it's about 30 miles. It's closer to Kent McBride than me.
I couldn't believe the front piece of the engine fell off.
Yeah, that big, huge round cowling section on the guy's pickup.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Lucky
A
nobody
lot
was
of
hurt on the
stars.
ground.
Luckily, nobody got killed.
Yeah, it's a miracle. It really is. And the guy landed safely too.
Right.
That's the
Wow.
amazing part.
Well, they're lucky if it was gonna happen, that it happened right after takeoff. They could turn around quickly,
Yeah.
you know, rather than out over the mountains or out over the ocean or something. So
Right.
they're lucky
Oh,
on
you
that.
can
but everybody
fly.
made it
You
back
can
safe.
fly with one engine.
Yeah,
Not if the other one's on fire.
But I know if it was me, I'd rather it fall off by the airport.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
anytime.
I really
Yeah.
would.
You know that the New York Times did a story on that thing, and it turns out that, things falling off of airplanes is far more common than you might think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
it is.
Oh, yeah. And
don't
I
report everything.
asked an airline pilot friend of mine who recently retired. I said, is flying on one engine something that is rare? And he says, not so much as you might think. I said he was a career pilot for TWA, and he said it happens. And he said he probably in his career he flew half a dozen times with one engine. Not a
Yeah.
problem. Not a problem.
When they take their test and do their instruction, that's what they do. They never fly on two engines. They always fly on one.
Oh,
It's easy
really?
to fly. It's easy to fly on two. You're always doing 90% of your training is emergency training. So I feel safe up there.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Well, the overall safety record for airplanes is a whole lot better than it is for cars.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
yeah.
When I took my flying lessons, I couldn't afford to lose an engine because I only had one.
That's right.
So that could have been a problem. Anybody hear from Joel lately?
No, I haven't heard from Joel in a while. I get jokes from him, but that's about all.
Oh, okay. At least you're getting something.
Yeah, he's on his computer works again, so that's helped.
Oh, I didn't know it was out of commission. Today would have been Murata's birthday.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So I don't know, when did John go by Jay? Jay
Oh,
Moran.
no.
On
Jay was his wife.
On Facebook, he was known as Jay Murata.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but why? Why was he Jay?
I don't know.
Family members called him that. Who knows? John starts with frickin' Jay.
Well, people change their name for, I don't know, for personal reasons, I guess. I knew Les Bennett's as Les Bennett's, and you guys knew him as Les Davies, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Boy, that guy could drink.
Good Les Bennett's drink. Cheese him.
I know.
Yeah, he lived over on, I think, Barone or a couple of blocks over from Bourbon, and he took me to his little apartment, one-room apartment. There was a shelf about 8 feet off the ground, and he must have had 20 or 30 bottles of whiskey empty, stacked in rows.
Wow.
Going across, I said, holy shit.
Well, when he was the leader in New Orleans, Peter was playing tuba, I was playing side, and Maynard was playing trombone. And the three of us, Peter, Maynard, myself, we were pretty good drinkers ourselves back then. But we were real amateurs compared to Les
Oh,
Davies.
jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
He used to carry a gun in his boot.
Yeah. You
Wow,
remember
I
Rick?
didn't
Oh, I
Man.
remember him.
Eugene
one time
LeBeau
he,
said, Eugene LeBeau said he quit because of him, man.
really?
Well, the deal
Yeah.
is he drank so much in the daytime. When he got to the gig, the gig would start at 9 o'clock. At 9:15, 15 minutes into the gig, he was soaking wet with sweat.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Soaking
Really?
wet. In fact, his banjo went out of tune because so much sweat dripped on the neck, it warped the neck.
Oof.
Good Lord.
That's right. That's a true story.
Yep,
That's true. Ask Gene LeBeau. He'll tell you that.
you
That's
bet.
why Gene LeBeau quit, because Les's banjo was always out of tune from being warped from sweat.
Wow.
That's no,
That's
That's
Barrett.
that's Barry, Peter, and Maynard.
Well, it said less on it. Let's
Les
make,
Musket. That's Les
Les
Musket, though, yeah.
Yes.
But there's a picture that you have, Tom, of Les Davies, me, Peter, and Maynard. I think
Yeah,
you
I'm
have it in there.
You've
Maybe
posted it, but you've posted it before, Tom.
yeah.
yeah, but I posted a lot of them before.
Well, yeah, I mean, that should narrow it down, huh?
Yeah.
I remember one time, what was the name of that Italian restaurant next to the club that was open?
Rizzo's.
I didn't go, but I mean, Ed Alley and there were a number of people, 4 or 5 guys went over there, you know, about 2 or 3 in the morning to eat and all this kind of stuff. And Les Davies was one of them. And they walked in and were sitting down. There was only one other group in the club.
There
That's
it
him, like
is.
in the center, yeah.
That's
There's only
the
one other. Yeah, there's only one other group in the club, and he looked over at him and yelled out, "Hey, Mick, Keith." It was a Rolling Stones. He played on some records with them and stuff. He went over there and talked to them. Everybody else was just sitting there looking. Couldn't believe it, you know. They had played in Baton Rouge that night, I think, earlier.
Peter, I can't believe you have your arm around him. He was sweating. See,
Well, I don't know why, but I was playing with my fingering with my left hand. I don't know.
Oh, look
So
at
you
those
guys did search
prices.
for, you did search for peanuts there.
and look, you know what? Most of us banjo players, we always open the night with "Somebody Stole My Gal." Most of them.
Tradition.
Tradition. Les Davies, he opened the night with a clap along version of "I'll Be Loving You Always." Peter, remember that?
No, I don't, but I guess I'm
I'll be
repressing that.
loving you real fast, not a waltz, and a 4-beat clap along tempo. And we all said, Jesus, this guy's weird. You open the night with "Always" and a 4.
Oh,
I thought you guys said peanuts were free in New Orleans.
Up they were 25.
No, they were free up in New York, weren't they?
No, it was a quarter.
Well, it was a quarter in New Orleans, but when I got to New York, Howard, when you were managing it, they were free.
I don't remember that.
Maybe perhaps I'm mistaken.
The finest whiskey was $1.25.
And real whiskey was $2.
I guarantee you this guy, Les Davies or Les Bennett's, he drank a lot of those bottles of whiskey. Jeez.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever sell a bottle of champagne?
Yeah, we sold it. Not often.
it wasn't champagne though. It was like bubbly water.
Pretty much. For
I mean, it
$5,
wasn't-
what do you expect?
They didn't even call it champagne, did they?
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah. We did in New York.
Huh.
I remember soft drinks in New York were 75 cents.
Wow.
What it says there, 60 cents?
I think
50.
60.
50, 60.
Right out of the fountain, which tasted pretty bad.
And down on Cape Cod on Sunday nights, it was kiddies night, and you can't sell liquor on the Cape on a Sunday. And Sonny Helmer was playing, and so he used to chug pitchers of soft drinks. And that was pretty awful for him.
He did that in Disneyland in California also. During four times a night or 4 times in a show, he'd drink a half a liter or half a pitcher of Coca-Cola. Hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
So look, this picture was approximately 1970, I don't know, 73. And we still had striped vests on and string ties.
Mm.
That was
Didn't you
good. I
always wear
like
that?
better.
You always wore that, right?
No, somewhere later on, we went to like street looking shirts and suspenders and regular ties.
Yeah.
I don't think it was as good.
Barry, that had to be earlier than 73.
Yeah, it was 73
Ah,
or 72. Sorry, 72.
72. Yes, summer of 72.
That was 72 right there. That was actually early fall of 72 right there.
There you go. Because you just got back from the show band.
I just got back from the show band. This was like September or October of 72.
Okay, because I had the show band in that time.
Right.
Huh.
And Maynard T. Chatters, he's still kicking.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a
How
good
many
guy.
kids did he have? Like 12?
He got a lot of them. He got a lot of them.
Barry, remember those times that they would fly you up to Chicago to run the train down?
Yeah. Me,
Trio?
Maynard, and Danny did that.
Wow.
It was good.
My goodness.
Maynard T. It was great. We got to see, what was it, 2 years ago, Barry? We got together in your garage, you and me and Danny, Maynard, and Yoakum.
Yeah, my neighbor still talks about that. Man, that time you had all those musicians in your garage, man, I was digging that. I said, it wasn't aggravating you?
That was a good time. That was a good time. Yes, sir.
Mike, you were there when Joel came down to New Orleans at that restaurant that's where the Mustache was that time. And
Yeah.
Mike was there.
You were there. I mean, Fred
was
was
there.
still alive then. Were you there, Barry?
Yeah, I was there.
You were there, yeah.
Yeah.
Banu was there. Can't remember who all.
What was it
Maynard,
called?
Maynard was there. I mean, I know.
What's it
that,
called?
yeah.
The Seaport? Is that what it's called?
It's
Barry.
still there. I don't know.
New Orleans Fish Market or something like that. You know what? Of that building, there's a website, our Facebook page called Bourbon Street Memories or something like that. And they show every building on Bourbon Street but our building. The Mustache, they have like one picture of it. One picture. And all the rest of the buildings, they got handfuls. So nobody took pictures of the exterior of the Mustache for some reason.
There's some of the new Dream Room there, isn't there?
There's a couple of new Dream Room and even a place before that. But of the Mustache, there's only one or two that are circulating. We've all seen them.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the
What
first
was
year. The first year I went to Mardi Gras, there was a Orange Julius down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a place called Ichabod's, I remember.
Ichabod's, yeah.
Ichabod's, I think it was on a corner,
Yeah.
but that's
Now, what
been
was
gone
that,
probably for years.
Oh, it's gone, yeah.
Yeah.
What was in front of the Mustache? There was a plaque that somebody played their last stand there.
That was Jack
Yeah.
T.
Oh, Jack Teagarden. Jack Teagarden played his last gig there at the new Dream Room.
Wow.
But I was reading the history of New Orleans, and there was a thing where in the late 1800s, that was a black funeral, not a funeral parlor, but a black funeral operator was working out of that address. Building has been a lot of stuff.
It is. Shame it burned down. Of course, rebuilt, got to be built.
Would have still been going. I think it would have still been open.
I think that too.
I think so too. They had a captive audience on Bourbon Street. I mean, people just,
But you know what Maynard said? Maynard said, thank God it burned down, because if it wouldn't have, we'd all be dead by now.
That's right.
Yeah.
You'd be dead in the club.
Yeah. You know, just working and drinking like we did every night. He said, we'd all be dead.
All
Hey,
right.
Joan,
We
how
after the
are Jim and
first
Danny
second.
Sullivan these days? How are Jim and Danny Sullivan these days?
Danny Sullivan,
Yeah, how are they?
she's, she and Jim are just not too well. She had surgery, I don't know, 5-7 years ago that was
Yeah.
supposed to be very simple, and it turned into a humongous thing. It's too yucky to talk about. And then Jim has other cancer that the guys get,
prostate.
prostate cancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, look at that.
And he's been on, oh my goodness.
3 pictures of the exterior.
Yeah.
Only one car on Bourbon Street? Oh, no, there's another one.
There's two.
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
it's been a whole year since I've seen them because they don't travel. And
Yeah,
I'd not wanted to travel for a while either, but
I won't
once
anymore.
I've got my
either.
shot, I'd probably go down and see them.
Yeah, if you see them, tell them I said hi.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Well, I like Danny was nice. I like her a lot. She was cool.
Yeah,
And
Last
I
time I saw
told
Danny was
her
in
about
Florida.
this. I think she would love to come on and say hello to people, but I don't know. I don't know if they Zoom or not.
I saw her at your festival in Suncoast when we played there. She
Yeah.
was,
We're hoping for Suncoast this fall. You know, we've had to, in order to get a younger generation of people in, we had oh golly, I can't think of the name. It'll come to me. Oh, Marsalis. We had one of the Marsalis boys in a couple years ago. He was fabulous.
Ellis.
Oh, the youngest one.
Del Frio.
And this year we're going to have Dave Brubeck's sons in. They have a quartet, and they're supposed to be pretty good. But then we've got a lot of the old traditional Dixieland people. And I don't know if you know anything about this, but Jim Sioyam, is that how you say it?
yeah,
Yeah, is doing a revival of the Dukes of Dixieland.
right. I'm very
He's been-
familiar with it.
He's been talking to me. I mean, that's, you have to think about marquee value these days because we need to draw people in. And so do you know anything about them, that they good or bad, or?
I don't know. I haven't heard them, but I know that they have Frank and Freddie Santos' granddaughter singing with them.
Yes, yeah, I can't remember her name, but
So that's the big deal because her name is Lexi, I believe.
yeah. They were gonna, God bless them, they were gonna drive from New Orleans and pick up, I think, 3 guys locally. So
Right. I know some of the musicians. Danny Rubio played with them a little bit.
I said, who are you bringing with you, and who would you pick up here? And I haven't heard back from them, but
Hey, Joan,
they're on the list.
Joan, you spoke of Danny Sullivan. She was in Denver in the early days with Anasek.
Okay.
And her real name is Gundel, I think.
That's right.
Yeah, it is.
That's right.
Gundel is her real name.
And Bob used to call her Gunny.
That's right.
When he knew her out in California, when they came to
That's
Denver,
right.
they changed her name to Danny. So he'd think he would fool his wife, I guess. I don't know.
Great gal, I like her.
I don't think there was much fooling going on. Yeah, I think it was all kind of out in the open, wasn't it?
It was what?
I said, I think that particular affair, let's call it, was sort of out in the open. I don't think there was much fooling going on.
No,
No, probably not.
right. Right.
Barry, you should
Yeah.
tell that story. You've told it 100 times about working at Fritzel's and requesting a song, and the lady saying, "You sound like my father-in-law." You remember that story?
Yeah, when that first was at Arno's.
It was Arnold's, yeah.
We were
Tell the
strolling
story.
tables. We were strolling tables and the lady, we went to the table and she said, can you play whatever song she requested? And I sang it, you know, the trio played it. She says, I love that song. She says, by the way, the reason why I requested it, she said, you remind me of my father-in-law. I said, I do? She said, yeah. She said, yeah, my father-in-law was a banjo player, used to play down here at Bourbon Street. I said, well, who was he? I might know him. She said, my father-in-law is named Bob Vanasek. I said, well, I don't know you, father-in-law, but I've heard a lot about him. In fact, he was the mentor to my mentor. He was Mike Gentry's mentor.
Yep.
So,
What was his name again?
Vanasek.
Vanacek.
Art Banasek.
Check.
Vanasek.
Oh, I was thinking of
Bob
Bob
Vanasek.
Vanasek.
I'll listen to this tomorrow and get the name.
Bob Vanasek.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, there's no punchline to the story in that the only thing is the daughter said, you remind me so much of my father-in-law. And it comes to be that Bob was Mike's mentor. I taught him the mustache routines and a whole bit, and Mike taught me. So I guess there's some lineage there, you know?
Bob Vanasek taught you, Mike?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Mike taught me not banjo lessons, but a mentor is a better word. How to pull off the mustache show.
Bob
Right.
Vanasek played in New York for a while.
Sure he did.
Yes.
He left Denver, I don't know, 69 or 70, something like that. And went up to Denver and also to Boston. He opened up an art gallery in New York. I know that. Wasn't playing.
That
I
was
worked with Bob.
Circle
I worked with Bob.
Gallery.
What's that?
Danny worked at Circle Gallery also.
Yeah.
Well, Danny
I
worked,
just
Danny,
noticed time. I have to go, but it's
Bye,
good
Joan.
meeting you
Tony.
guys
Hi,
today.
Joe.
Bye,
See you,
Joan.
Johnny.
I'll listen
Love
to you all
you.
tomorrow and get all the jokes.
See you next week.
Bye.
And I
Yeah,
need to go to,
Vanasek played in New York for a while. Not that long, I don't think.
Yeah, he cycled through New York like most of the guys did, like Les Bennett, like Musket, and Neil Entersayer. Everybody came and played for a while in New York, and
Barry, I played up there for a few months.
and they also that's how I got to meet most of you guys, because they'd cycle through.
Right. Yeah, I was up there for 6 or 8 months total,
Sure.
which isn't a lot, but.
That's all, Bear?
Huh?
I thought you were there like for 2 years.
About 8 months total, I think.
Wow. Right after New Orleans burnt down, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I played with Bob Vanasek down at Summers Point first, and then I played with him in New York.
Okay.
I was never at the Summers Point place.
Well, Bob was in Denver quite a while.
Well, you know what Mike taught me about Vanasek that none of the other banjo players really did at the time when I learned it. When I was new, I always thought faster was better. Let's accelerate the tempo. Let's get them going, get faster. And I remember Mike telling me now, Bob Vanasek, the way he does it, says, when you get them in a frenzy, that's when you slow the tempo down. And that is the truth. That works. Slowing the tempo down. I'm talking about a sing-along, you know. Let's slow it down. And I don't know, that was a bit of wisdom that Mike taught me that I thought worked, you know, slow the tempo down.
well, guys, I need to take off.
Okay, Pete.
Hey, Peter.
next
Hey,
week.
Take care, Peter.
Stay safe.
Peter.
You as well. Be
Yeah, I gotta
safe.
run
Next
too. See you.
Bye-bye,
I gotta run
Peter.
too. Y'all take care.
Later, Petros.
Bye-bye, Mike.
Live long and
Bye,
prosper.
Pete.
Well, I tell you all what, the weather, am I still on?
Yeah.
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 The weather in New Orleans today is absolutely gorgeous.
What was the temperature?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago it was cold.
73
weeks ago.
degrees, 73, 74.
That's good.
Wow.
Skies, blue skies.
That's nice.
I had to put in snow yesterday.
Well, it's beautiful. It's beautiful in Connecticut here. We went above freezing for the first time in a week. So that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
Well, I just left a group out at the park, a local park that's near my house. And I'm wearing t-shirts and shorts, and I was out at the park. And it was beautiful. It was gorgeous out there.
That's nice. In February, you could do that.
Mm.
Hey, Mike, how much did you?
Compared to last week, it was shit, 24 degrees, and this week it's 75.
Wow.
Yep.
Same day.
Well, hopefully it'll stay like that.
Hey, Mike, how much snow did you get?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
About 10 inches in Aurora.
I think
How
we
about
had,
you?
I had a foot. I had a foot of snow yesterday.
It varied around the metro area from 7 or 8 inches to 14.
Huh.
And now
Not
it's
for me.
Now it's down near 50 today.
Yeah, next week's supposed to be in the 50s, Monday through Friday.
Wow.
The guys, you think we'll ever play together again? We ever gonna have a reunion?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Come to Colorado.
I mean, you know what, for the last, 10, 12 months now, we've gotten to know each other real well, better than we would have.
Sure.
If there was no Zoom calls.
There was no Zoom. I mean, now
Thank you, Tom.
we're kind of like old friends now. In fact, to the point where familiarity breeds frickin' contempt.
But just on the,
Tired of you guys, started to bore me. We need to do something else like play music together.
we're just
wish
on
we
that
could-
verge.
I wish we could get more people on the call.
Yeah.
What do you mean contempt, you bastard?
I tried calling Joe Petroselli, but he won't answer his phone.
Oh, really?
When
tried
did you
calling
try
him.
him? When did you try him, Barry?
3 or 4 days ago.
The number you have for him, does it end in 1495?
Oh, man, I don't remember that.
He's
Where
got
does he
two or
live
three
in,
numbers,
Barry?
so,
Joe Petroselli, right?
yeah,
Where's he living?
Denver.
Aurora.
He's lived in
No, he
Denver.
lives in Denver. He lives in Denver, yeah.
Because he made all the reunions, not only the Carnegie, but the Clearwater thing, what's the
New
one in
Haven?
South Florida we did, Mike?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. He didn't make the 25th reunion in New Haven, but the rest of them he's been
But
to.
he made that, where's that place? Punta Gorda,
Yeah,
made that one. So he's made all the reunions, and I thought, well, if a guy makes all the reunions, he might want to come on this Zoom thing, and I couldn't get him.
well,
Wow.
I've asked him about that, Barry, and he said he's not set up to do Zoom right now, but he's going to be getting a new computer soon. And then he wants to do it because I've told him about this.
Well, shit, a lot of people could use their phone. You could use.
John McLernan used his phone last week.
Yeah. Joe's not that technologically savvy anyway.
For a freaking iPhone, you don't think?
That's how I first got on this last summer.
Christian's
Right.
on it right now, I think, aren't you?
Yeah.
iPhone.
I'm using an iPhone.
Probably the best looking picture up here.
Yeah,
Except for Christian.
Who's on an iPhone? Which one?
Chris.
I am.
Oh, okay, yeah, Chris.
That's pretty good, Chris. That's a good picture.
Yeah, it is.
It's much easier to use than my computer, actually. So,
Really?
yeah.
The only problem is you only can see 1 or 2 or 3 of us at a time, but you have.
Yeah, I
That's,
can
that's
get,
enough.
I can get 4, I can get 4 people on a screen. That's all.
Yeah, I got my iPad. I got 9 people on right now.
That's what I got. 9.
Yeah, I'm using my wife's iPad, and it's got 9 people. And
Oh,
if
it's
more people
8,
come
'cause-
in,
Except for Tom Wolf, he's there
Tom's
twice.
on twice.
yeah.
That's
Right.
because he's got a computer
Because
problem.
he's an important guy.
I tell you what, I knew I had enough of Tom.
At least it's not Billy Blank in the picture that says Tom Wolf.
That'd be even worse. Where
I
is
tried to-
Billy and David today? Jeez, oh, man.
David's having hot water. He's either in hot water or he's having a hot water heater problem.
Okay,
He sent me a message, but
okay.
he said he was going to join us later, but I guess he's still having.
Barry, I just texted Petrocelli to call you.
Good. Well, maybe you will.
Maybe.
Yeah, we can handle as many people as want to come on. And I send it out to a lot of people
Right.
and I never get any back. So it's not like it's like the email address is dead.
Sure.
Tom, is there a maximum you can put on?
No,
Is it 100, Tom? 100 people?
my wife said you could do 1,000. I don't think we'll ever have that problem.
Shit, there's not 1,000 of us alive.
Tom, has Ted Turner ever been on?
No,
Yes, he has.
I sent it to him. He's on the list.
Been on
He was, I think he was on once,
once or
right?
twice.
twice.
I called him up and tried to recruit him because I saw we didn't have enough Denver guys, you know? Now we
Tim
got
Shea hasn't been on.
who?
Timmy Shea?
Timmy Shea, that's Joe Terra, I like him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he hasn't been on. And
He's on the list. I sent it to him.
yeah, and Banu and Christine, I think we're on a couple of times. That was it.
And Banu made it a few times, but Christine made it once, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe twice.
Some people just don't like doing Zoom.
yeah,
Well, that's
Danny.
right. That's right, and you can't blame him for that.
That's
I mean-
okay.
I mean, if you ask me, I wouldn't want to look at y'all's ugly faces for an hour. I should. I mean,
That's
look,
true.
I'm looking at my own face. I don't even have to eat dinner because I'm already fed up about this.
Oh, that's something new.
That was a good one, Bar.
Bad.
I'm getting fed up just looking at myself. Shit.
I get my first haircut tomorrow in a year.
Oh man, you'd be like freaking Samson. Huh?
Really? Look at
Yeah,
this.
you use all your strength. Look at that.
I haven't gone in a year. I'm going tomorrow for an estimate. I can't wait.
Hey, Ira, do you go
Yeah.
to a barber or a dog grooming shop?
Yeah, really. This is
I
unbelievable.
usually, when
A
my hair
year.
gets that long, I have to go to a dog grooming shop.
But Ira, you all look like one of those old rabbis, man. Huh?
Oh, before I didn't shave for like 4 months. They called me Moses.
Yeah.
Charlton Heston. You do look like Charlton Heston a little bit.
He's dead. Thanks, Bar.
Look at him a little bit.
There's a lot to be said about a low maintenance haircut.
Say it again.
I said there's a lot to be said about a low maintenance haircut.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
I can't wait to get this cut. I can't stand it.
why don't you shave it off like me and Snake?
Whoa.
I could sell it for a wig.
Do like Snake and me and Chris,
Yeah.
Mike Johnson.
You want to buy it, Bar?
Tom's almost there.
Tom's
Mine's
almost.
naturally going away. But it's taken a long time to get to your level of baldness there, Barry.
Look, finally, I got tired of having a little gray in the back. I said, piss on it. I said, that's it. I'm shaving it.
I've been letting it grow for years.
Hmm.
I leave it like this because then when I put my hat on, it looks like there's hair coming out of the hat, you know. The only advantage.
You know, Pete Fountain used to do that. He'd come on for a show when we were on the Delta Queen. He'd come on for a show. He'd have this hat on with his great big long ponytail out the back.
Yeah.
You do the first song and take the hat off, throw it over there, bald.
Really?
Oh man, there's the Mike Johnson I know.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, how many people are on the list? I'm curious, 40, 50?
Yeah, about that.
Huh.
I mean, all you gotta do is just click on it on what I send you because all the names appear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everyone,
That's fairly easy once you get used to it.
somebody's around.
I got to go finish dinner here.
Okay,
Hey,
Christian.
Chris, have a good one, man.
Okay, Chris. see you
Eating it or
later.
making it?
Yeah, me too. I got
Okay,
the
Chris.
same, got the
Yeah.
same
I'm
problem.
gonna check that too, guys.
Take care, y'all. See you
Take
next
care.
time.
Paul.
Next time it'll be March.
All
Have a good
right.
Snake,
week.
we're thinking about you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Snake,
Have a
we're
good
thinking
week.
about you.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys later.
I'll be good. Thank you, Tom.
I'll know by,
Hey,
I'll
Thank you,
know
Tom.
by, I should know by next Friday.
hey, Snake, I had cancer 7 years ago, and I've been 7 years cancer free. So good luck to you too, huh? All right.
I'm 4.
Good
Good for you.
luck.
All right,
Good for you.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.
Okay, take it easy.
bye.
Take care, y'all.
Next week.